When Bitcoin's worth $12 million a coin or $16 million a coin, you're going to have a lot of people that are very angry they didn't buy it for $1 million a coin.
It's an investing lifetime. When you're looking at where we're at right now, it's sitting at 37K.
We're all excited about that.
Hi guys, we're back. We're back on the couches. I feel like I'm out of my depth a little bit here. I'm sitting beside Dave Haslop, the director of the Aussie Crypto Convention, and I got Tracey Plowman as well, who's just interviewed Michael Saylor. Tracey, how was it?
It was amazing. I've got a couple of words for you. Buy more Bitcoin.
Not financial advice, buy more Bitcoin.
Obviously, never financial advice.
How did Michael answer that when you said, is that financial advice? He
just had a laugh, I think.
He laughed and he said, I'm just a Bitcoin advocate.
He doesn't
That's what
care.
he said. Yeah.
Yeah.
How was it? Tell us. Give us a bit of a breakdown on, I guess, the
He
conversation.
was in a great mood.
He really was.
I'm a bit pissed because I couldn't get in. It was
Couldn't get in?
It was going off here, Dave. Absolutely going off here. Yeah. I got in there about 10 minutes before, tried to do the things right. Yeah. Obviously, it wasn't enough.
No, it was 1,500 seats in there.
That's huge. Yeah.
And it was packed. So I got in there. I didn't realize that it was the door was closed until probably 20 minutes into it because it was a bit hard to pull my eyes away from the screen. And I walked out and I seen the line and I thought, oh no, people were lined up to get in and the house is full. So
you can only do what you can do, mate.
exactly.
How many was in the line outside?
It was pretty full.
There would have been
I
a
tried
couple
to
hundred
clear some
people outside,
space
I reckon, when
Wow.
Yeah.
I tried to clear space and I tried to get some people through the door, and I think we managed to work in about another 50 or so. But yeah,
Tracey,
it is what it is.
before we jump into that, I've actually introduced Dave, and do you want to just give us a quick roundup onto yourself? Tell us about Bamboo and tell us about the podcast very, very quickly before we dig into that.
We're not here to talk about Bamboo or the podcast, but really quickly.
I want to.
Micro savings app, Bamboo, similar to Raise. We have been around for 4 years now, so anyone that's listening to this podcast or watching us, you've probably already heard about us. If not, go and check out Get Bamboo. That's about enough of that. And the Crypto Curious podcast, there's a couple of awesome podcasts here in Australia, obviously tapping into crypto and Crypto Curious. We'd have to have you guys on the podcast. There's, as we heat up and as crypto gets bigger and bigger, and as we move into this next bull run, I think education is the most important thing, and having these two podcasts here in Australia, I think is super important. Love what you guys are doing. I think you guys are a good laugh, and listen to you guys as well. So
likewise.
Yeah, that's really good.
Tell us about the Saylor chat. Give us a bit of a roundup.
Okay, so I was super nervous going into it, and then having been at the chat last year and seeing a few of the technical hiccups, but also not just the technical hiccups last year, but you couldn't get in. I came a little bit late last year and I had to crank my neck and try and get in there. But then I went and looked at the theatre earlier, and it was just schmick. It was
huge.
Beautiful. You wouldn't have seen it because you didn't get in, but it was stunning.
Don't have to rub salt in the wounds, Tracey.
Not to rub it in.
We haven't got over it yet.
Such a beautiful theatre, and it was set up.
You haven't been in there yet?
No, I haven't been in.
Oh, get back in there and have a look just to check it out. But it was amazing, top notch. And he was already, there ready to go pre-time. Everyone was wondering what kind of mood he was going to be in. I think, it depends what kind of sailor you're going to get. And I was bloody.
Well, he's up $1 billion, so.
Oh, look, and exactly that. You know what?
Hard not to be in a
Why
good
would I have
mood.
thought that? 158,000 Bitcoin that MicroStrategy is holding right now. As we found out in the last couple of days, they are $1 billion up.
Yeah.
So why would he be in a bad mood?
The validation that man must feel right now, though.
Oh, mate. So
And you also think about the pressure they would have been under over the last 18 months as well. So.
100%. I know that he personally, his buy-in for I think he's got 17,000 himself, Bitcoin. I think his buy-in is 9,000. So him personally was sitting pretty. But he was in a great mood. He even cracked a couple of jokes, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He did. And
local jokes too. He was talking about Sydney a little bit.
Yeah, he did talk about Sydney.
He used some
gardens, which I
a
think
really good reference about the botanical gardens there and property and
Can you get him out next year, Dave?
pretty cool. I think I'll get him. I think I'll get him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if we go from here into a full-on 18 months of bull run or whatever.
I'm quietly confident I'll get him here in person.
That'd be pretty cool.
I would love that. I'm quietly confident that we can get him here in person next year.
Well, that's why I really pushed that point at the end and said, look, not only are you super popular in crypto, but the TradFi folk love him as well. So I think that, he needs to come out, needs to come say hi. But what I found really interesting from his chat, he was super bullish, he was super relaxed. He spoke about the property side of things. I asked him about ordinals and smart contracts on Bitcoin. And he rambled a bit there. And I actually wanted to say at the end of that you sound basically bullish on ordinals.
Yeah.
He did, but I didn't really want to say that. So that was interesting. And then he spoke about his price thoughts moving forward, and talked about maybe, what did he say, 60 million, I think he mentioned at one point per Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But that was 20
He said
years away.
when Bitcoin's worth $12 million a coin or $16 million a coin, you're going to have a lot of people that are very angry they didn't buy it for $1 million a coin.
Right.
Yeah, so, and that was a very much 25, 30-year projection. So
That's fine. It's an investing lifetime, but it's also, when you're looking at where we're at right now, it's sitting at 37K US this morning, I think.
Yeah, so
And we're all excited about that. I mean, imagine 7-figure Bitcoin. Jesus.
Yeah. Look, we're not here to be bearish, so we got
It's a good day, man. It's a good day.
I guess, was
It's
there
a
any
bullish
key,
day.
from your perspective, was there any key points that he's pulling out that you hadn't heard before? I know it's probably hard because we watch so much of his footage anyway, or a lot of his media.
You know what the hardest part is, though? And I found this because I was filming it on my phone as well, because why wouldn't you? And I wanted to, change the position that I was standing in to the other side of the theatre. And to do that, I got to stop recording. But every 10 seconds, he was just saying something with so much value that I couldn't bring myself to press stop, which meant I couldn't move positions. But every 10 seconds, he's just saying something where I'm like, yes, yes, yes. And I'm standing there by myself, almost jumping up and down. I'm going, I
everyone
love
was
this
captivated, weren't they? And every question he did speak for a very long time. And then we spoke to him also and asked, look, you do this kind of for a living, educating people, telling them, what can we do to do the same thing and, really bring people into that Bitcoin crypto fold. And he went on a tangent about it takes 57 conversations about the same thing. I think a politician had told him that.
Yeah. Trey said, my dad's a cattle farmer. How can I get in to buy Bitcoin?
Yeah. I was trying to explain to Dad about the whole, Dad's like, you got to buy property, land is king. And then, Saylor obviously does that really good analogy where he talks about the property in Manhattan and, that can be taken.
Yeah, that was good.
Boats and it just can't be taken.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've tried to explain that to Dad before and he's just like...
Did he touch on, or again, I'm a bit shattered that I couldn't make the speech, but did he touch on self-custody and did you guys touch on that at all today?
We didn't go down that road, no. That one, I actually had a few questions I didn't get to because we ran out of time. There was that. I wanted to go on to mining. We did touch on that a little bit, and that was probably for me where I didn't get the most out of him. I thought he might go down a different way when we spoke on mining.
I mean, the hardest part about interviewing Saylor and even talking to him on a phone call or a video call is you don't really get to say much.
No, you don't.
He's
one-way traffic.
I don't think you're allowed to either.
But you don't want to say much because he's just saying pure gold.
I think what happens is when he goes on those rants, that's when you get that little nugget of goodness that you're waiting for as well.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to give him free rein and let him go, and he'll just spit facts and spit gold.
There's some gold that came out of that, and I'm sure you get some great promotional bits.
I mean, I walked out of there definitely saying I'm going to buy more Bitcoin, and so did everyone else.
More Bitcoin.
Love to hear it.
Yeah.
I was going to say, to switch gears for a sec, Dave, how are you happy with everything so far? Obviously, we're in day one.
I am.
Looks absolutely fantastic, mate. I mean, there's a ton of people around. It's a much bigger space, so it's hard to see the concentration like we did last year, people busting through the gates kind of scenario like we seen up in the Gold Coast last year.
Yeah, it's funny actually because you said before, Gold Coast last year was pure chaos.
Yep.
And there's no other word for it. And then this year, we were so scared of having that same level of chaos. We brought in all these extra ticketing companies and registration companies and things. And this morning at about 8 a.m, I seen maybe 50 people in the line, and I was like, "Where's the chaos? Where is everyone?" And there's just a slow trickle of people this year coming in. And I said to my guys, we got just under 9,000 people registered, and I said, where the hell is everyone? And everyone keeps saying, this is Melbourne. This isn't the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Melbourne aren't even awake yet.
Yeah, right, okay.
The sun doesn't come up till 8 a.m.
Bit of a different
okay.
vibe, and they do.
Yeah, Gold Coast, sun's up
We've
at
got
4
the
in the
2
morning.
days as well, right?
Yeah.
Sorry?
We've got 2 days of this as well.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, so... but yeah, I mean, people just trickled in slow and steady, and there was no chaos. And at the time, I was wanting the chaos back.
Yeah.
But no, it's been a smooth day, really.
Tracy
all in all.
touched on it earlier. Obviously there was a few. I was at the speech last year with Saylor. There was a couple of hiccups. You took it like an absolute champ, mate. I mean, I know I caught up with you straight after last year. I was like, must have been hard. Like it was, it took a few shots, and I know a lot of people had opinions. But first year of the conference is always going to be things to iron out. But I think you guys have done a fantastic
It's funny
job
because
this year and is running smooth.
everyone says that. Everyone said you handled it well, Dave. My wife was in the front row, and she could see. She could see the
okay.
truth
She knows.
on
Those
my
who
face.
knew you knew that it wasn't the funnest time. Okay.
Yeah.
She looked at me and went, "He's pissed. He's pissed." So I thought for sure everyone would have seen it, but it happens.
Well, look, it's great. Saylor came back this year.
Yeah.
You guys, sounds like you guys have nailed it. I'm keen to jump on and see where I can watch that again
Yes.
after the fact. But no, it's
Yeah.
fantastic. Thanks, guys, for jumping on the couch.
man.
We'll
Pleasure.
enjoy the rest of the
Having us.
conference. We'll be around.
Appreciate it. Thanks,
Thanks.
man.